A lot of you, like myself, associate WOOX with premium bolt-action hybrid stocks. These stocks blend beautiful hardwoods with other materials to not only upgrade the aesthetics of your rifle, but also the functionality. In this video, we're going to look at the all-new Bravado stocks specifically for Henry lever-action rifles. Hey guys, Gavin Gear here from UltimateReloader.com. Some of my favorite rifle builds we've done here on the channel have featured WOOX stocks, including Wildman, Superleggera, Cobra, and more. This is Henry's X model. It's a pretty nice looking lever gun. This is a 4570. It's suppressed. It shoots those 410 subsonic rounds amazingly. This is just such a great setup. But to some of you, it might look a little bit boring. So we're going to do something about that in this video by upgrading to the Bravado buttstock and fore-end. And I think that's going to really bring this rifle to the next level. Now, if you're wondering what Henry models the Bravado is available for, it's most of them, including Henry X model, Henry Big Boy, Henry Golden Boy, Henry Classic Lever, Henry Lever Shotgun, and Henry large frame models. So let's get these stocks out of the box and see what we've got. So here's what we've got. These absolutely look and feel amazing. The fore-end has textured features. It's got this beautiful walnut that's finished to perfection. We've got 3 rows of M-LOK slots, one on the bottom and one on either side. If we had an extra round holder, I might even put an ARCA plate on this. Lots of different options. And then I really like these flares on either end. That's going to keep our hand from sliding off the end. For the buttstock, we've got a cheek riser. That is a notable feature. On a lever gun, you're just not going to find a cheek riser typically, and that gives us better positioning options behind our sights, our red dot, or our scope. Again, we've got different textured panels. We've got M-LOK on the right-hand side. We've got QD on both sides. We've got an adjustment screw pocket here for the cheek riser. We've got texture here around the grip. It actually is very, very grippy. We've got a really nice rubber butt pad that appears to be able to absorb recoil amazingly. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to guide you step by step through the process of installing the fore-end and the buttstock. All right, well, I've read the instructions. Pretty straightforward process. I'm ready to tear things down on the front half of the rifle. So I'm going to take off the optic, the suppressor, and then we've got 1 screw on either side of the fore-end here, and then we should be able to push this off. Might need a couple taps. Let me get to it. Okay, so we're midway through the teardown. We've got the fore-end kind of sliding here. Now what we need to do is knock this retainer off here. Now this is a dovetail. You can see that right there. This is going to slide sideways because we've already taken out the magazine tube. The magazine tube goes through both and kind of keeps them together as a cohesive unit. I was noticing some dry threads here. I'm going to use some TW25B. I've got a thread protector here. I want to support the barrel on the threaded side because I've got, you know, the front sight right here, obviously. Okay, so we'll get that on there. I have a wood tool here. Okay, so now we're going to take the appropriate punch. Okay, so let's see what happens when we give this a little bit of a wrap here. There she goes. Let's go find it. Okay, so that came off, and that means that we should now be able to slide the fore-end completely off. There we go. Now we can get ready to put on the Bravado fore-end. So before we remove the insert from the forend and start that part of the install, there's a couple important steps we have to do here. First, we're going to make sure that we have this dovetailed mount for the forend in place. And then we've got to take the retainer here and hammer this back in place, making sure that we guide everything carefully together here. There we go. That's going to line up just fine. Okay, and I'm just going to check to make sure that we're even on both sides. Give this just a little bit of a tap on this side. Okay, now that looks even on both sides. Okay, now we can take the insert from the forend. We just took those 3 screws out, and we're going to use the original screws that were holding the forend in place to put this insert on, and we have to slide this from the back, just like that. Okay, now here's the cool part. There is a tab here that protrudes. That's going to go in first. This slides into place. Looks like our screw holes are lining up great. So now we're going to put our screws back in. I'm going to take my thread protector off. Now our magazine tube can slide back in place. Okay, forend upgrade is complete. Now let's move on to the buttstock. Okay, so the forend was actually the hard part. The buttstock is easy. On some Henry models, I believe there are 2 screws. On the X model, we've just got the top screw here, which comes out. And the buttstock is going to slide into place. There we go. So we take Bravado, and we slide that into place. That fits nicely. And put our screw back in. Okay, so we've got our red dot back on, we've got our suppressor back on. That means it's time to go shoot. Okay, so let's see how we like shooting with Bravado. That is loud. One more? Nope. That's it. Well, that was fun. I always enjoy shooting steel targets in our industrial yard. There were a couple things that I noticed right away. The first is the grip on this. The factory buttstock has a thinner grip, which might be great if you want a low profile rifle, but this for me is much more ergonomic. Also, the cheek riser, I raised that up a little bit. It makes it really easy to get on the gun and feels very natural for how I'm using in this case, a red dot, but it could definitely be a scope. And that, again, is an option that you're not going to really find easily on a lever gun. It'd be really easy to add a QD cup here because we've got M-lock slots along the side. We've got QD in the back, so for slings, that would be really great. Another thing I noticed shooting the gun was this skeletonized rubber butt pad really tamed the recoil. When we're shooting 410 grain subsonic loads, typically you're going to feel it a bit more, and I compared it to the Henry butt pad, which is kind of hard rubber. And so expect a reduction in felt recoil. But stepping back, I just really like the way that this lever gun looks with Bravado stocks on it. You really have to see it in person to truly appreciate it. Here's what I want to know. Tell me what you'd put Bravado on. Which model, which cartridge, and what would you use it for? I'll see you down there in the comments section. Let's have a discussion. That concludes this video, and that means it's time to wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're watching Ultimate Reloader on TV and want to take advantage of free resources, exclusives, and hot deals, just hold your camera phone up to the QR code, tap on the link, fill out the information, boom, you're getting Ultimate Reloader emails. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, we're on Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, where we've got unrestricted content, and Instagram. Make sure to follow us on all those channels. Ultimate Reloader also has a commercial solutions division serving law enforcement, the military, and the gun industry. We have some unique capabilities, including a comprehensive suite of recoil testing and evaluation capabilities, trigger profiling, and more. Thanks again for watching.